Hey metalheads, welcome to another Battle of the Bands. Metal Academix. This time, what are we hearing?
Shadowmaker 3-Ways.
Three-way battle. Three-way battle. I love the three-way battle. More entrants into the competition.
Yes, it's gonna be exciting. It's gonna be exciting because this is not exactly a cover battle in the sense that the name Shadowmaker is the one thing uniting the three songs we're gonna play.
But they're different songs.
But they're different songs. It's kind of like what we did with Sleipnir. If you guys remember, and if you don't remember, check it out. But we compared at the time the best interpretation of the concept of Sleipnir. And now we're gonna do kind of an interpretation on this theme, which band of the three we're gonna feature is best kind of conveying the feeling of Shadowmaker.
What is a Shadowmaker, actually? I'm trying to think about it.
Something very spooky in my ears.
A maker of shadows, obviously. What does that mean?
Somebody who is casting shadows and darkness.
I was thinking
The devil.
if you slaughter someone, does that make them a shadow?
Well, it depends on what you think is going to happen to them
Anyway,
after
so
all.
I'll be tuning into these lyrics, even though I'm not a big lyrics fan, try to figure out what is the Shadowmaker in each
What
of
is
these
the
three bands.
Shadowmaker? At least I think the music, maybe with the lyrics, will convey a certain feeling. And that's what we're after. And that's what we invite you very kindly to comment in the comment field which one of these bands from very different, I would say, times and styles would try to convey. The first song we're going to listen to comes from a very established band originating from Germany called Running Wild.
Yeah, German metal powerhouses.
I think listeners of the channel already know that I'm a big fan of German metal. Many names come to mind, but just to name a few: Halloween, Freedom Call,
Gravedigger.
Primal Fear.
Except.
Just name it, and I love them. So, Running Wild is a natural choice for this battle of bands. And we're going to listen to, obviously, Shadowmaker, the song, but the interesting part is that we're going to listen from Shadowmaker, from the Shadowmaker album, 2012. So,
Let's hear it.
let's begin by this amazing song.
Shadowmaker
Whoa.
Ho, ho, ho.
That was awesome.
Awesome. I love it.
So I got that the Shadowmaker is a soul breaker, but he's also a soul taker, and he uses lasers. It's pretty cool.
You want to be a shadow maker,
Yeah, I
don't
like
you?
to be a Shadowmaker.
Yeah, well, let's see if this story holds for the next.
Let's see if there's some continuity in the...
Exactly, in the interpretation of this theme.
Again, it reminds me of, we've talked about it a bit before on the channel, of like these Judas Priest constructions of...
What do you mean?
Sentinel, Nightcrawler, Painkiller,
Painkiller.
Shadowmaker, you know? Like,
What was it? There was something else. I think we have Painkiller, Shadowmaker, and there's something else. Rule Breaker. There was something I cannot remember. I should. It will come to me.
There's a lot, yeah. There's a lot. I love this. I love songs
Painkiller,
about some
Shadowmaker, Rule Breaker, Nightcrawler. Yeah, give us your suggestions if you have any other things like this.
Please give us more suggestions of fictional metal characters that do things.
Do it like Shadowmaker.
Yeah, preferably taking souls as they go along.
I'm not sure if the next creation of Shadowmaker will do this, but it's an interesting switch from a different genre, which I think is hard to categorize, but experts have defined as either gothic or industrial metal. And it's also from Germany. Their name is Crematory, and obviously their title of the song is Shadowmaker. So gothic, industrial, think Rammstein with a twist.
Means.
Rammstein with a twist. Or Rammstein.
Twist of what?
Well, you'll hear in a second.
Twist the EDM.
When death kills the silence, unleash the fire. Blood is bigger than water, fate is blind. In the name of the Father, fear of the dark, under the skin to flesh and blood. Shadowmaker, victim of life, master of slaves. Shadowmaker, new steps, new life. Shadowmaker. fire hidden in pain. Awaken the demons, dance of the dead. Shadowmaker, the victim of life, master of slaves. Shadowmaker, new step, new life. Shadowmaker, awaken the demons, dance of the dead. Shadowmaker, speak of myself, myself. Shadowmaker.
Huh. So that was the twist, the
That was a-
vampire angle.
Huh.
Yeah,
That was cool.
yeah, interesting. Yeah, it's a bit too. You said gothic industrial.
Yeah.
I would put it in like yeah, edgy German. Germany is a very interesting country, and they have a lot of interpretations of things. And I think new wave edgy German is where that would go.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
I'm
liked
generalizing
it.
a bit. Yeah, it's cool. I like how the guy like stands up and just sings, like he does the the metal
Has
thing.
a lot
It's
of
cool.
pondus, right?
Yeah.
And
I
the
would've-
song is very like getting into the groove.
Yeah.
Of course, you want to have it like longer, but it's cool. But this is not a two-way. This is not a two-way battle. Don't give up. Don't give up, because we have a three-way battle.
Twist, the vampire twist. Very interesting.
I love vampires.
Yeah.
Transylvania, you know. However, we're moving to a third and totally different song from none other than Lovebites. They also have a song called Shadowmaker that takes or interprets this concept, I believe, in a very different way. And I think it's time to hear them play. And this is a live recording from their concert at ZEP Dome or Concert Hall in Tokyo. So prepare for something completely different from anything we've heard previously.
I'm prepared.
Prepare for the unprepared. have my winner.
Yeah, I can already tell by seeing your reactions who you're voting for.
No secret, I believe. Lovebites. They get it. They got it. The duel between two lead guitars. They just like
Dueling Dragons. Love it.
100% love it.
All good songs.
All good songs.
All good songs.
Again, I
in
love
their own
Lovebites.
way.
Is my style. I identify with it and I love it. But I really, really like both Crematory and Running Wild. So it's just because it kind of fits what I'm like in the mood for. But I think if I were to listen to those songs independently, I would just love them very much. How about you?
Yeah. No, they're all very, very interesting in their own way. All very excellent. I would say that as well. I'm gonna put a different spin.
Yes.
You already know where I'm gonna go.
Well, I'm curious to
Which is
see
Running
your
Wild.
argumentation.
Like, it's no
obviously.
doubt for me. And the way I would rationalize it is, I'm gonna put it in this box of mythical characters that metal bands create to write songs about.
Yeah.
Right, as we talked about.
Yeah. So Shadowmaker for the Running Wild is the ideal type.
Because not only do I like the song, I think for me it just resonates with me better than the other ones. But there's a clear rationale of who the Shadowmaker is and what he does or what it does. Which is whatever it was. Again,
steals the
there were
souls
lasers.
of
It steals the
people.
souls. It makes a soul. I think. Of course, Crematory and Lovebites. The song is called Shadowmaker, but I missed actually like what is the Shadowmaker about? Whereas Running
The
Wild
academic
was,
and Michael is taking over.
yeah, but it's just like
Definition. Give me a
course.
definition of the.
They probably didn't mean to write a song about the Shadowmaker. They just called it Shadowmaker. Maybe it was an homage in some way to Running Wild. In some, I think with Lovebites, right? We talked about this.
They love this kind of music.
Yeah, and they're super, maybe there's some like compositional aspects that are baked in. But Running Wild for me was very clear about, even though I didn't listen to everything, it was like the song is about the Shadowmaker. Whereas the other two were kind of like out there as to what the Shadowmaker was. So on that premise, which is a bit of a weird thing, but I also like the Running Wild the best. So that's my rationale for it. Running Wild.
So your top is Running Wild. My top is Lovebites. But maybe I should also say that in my ranking order, Crematory is actually number 2.
I love the guy, and it was kind of more of a video aspect. I love the guy just standing up being like, "Hurrah!" Like he's just
I think
singing,
it was
like in the
awesome.
front, no instrument, just that
I think
dude.
it was pretty
awesome.
cool. So my top, and it's subjective and it's maybe temporary. If I were to listen to these songs in a month's time, maybe I would choose differently. But definitely Lovebites, they just take it for me. But also second would be Crematory, and third with great honor and applause. But nevertheless, third would be Running Wild.
I would do. That's a tough. I don't know who I'd put second, and third, but definitely Running Wild.
Number one. That's what we know.
Who'd be 2 and 3? Yeah, I guess I go Lovebites 2 and Crematorium 3. Yeah.
It's a tough choice
think
because
so.
they're very, very, very close. Let us
It's
know
so different.
in the
It's hard
comments.
to compare.
Exactly. It's also kind of unfair, but it's also
Good battle composition,
I
for
think
sure.
it's a fun exercise also to try to like dip into different genres that maybe we don't often
So this one, you
listen to.
can't choose one, you gotta rank them. 1 to 3.
1, 2, 3. Give us your ranking in the comments. We always love to hear your choices, and give us suggestions for other battles of this nature, which is a little bit different than what we normally do.
But in the meantime,
May your sword stay sharp.
in your quests and in glory.